okay to just make sure you're getting your fat content, whether it be bacon. Like I said, add some butter to your chops and your chicken to fatten it up a little bit. Do cooking some bacon grease, that type of thing. But I think keep it basic and just I encourage you to get through the first couple weeks because it could be a little rough for some people. I know with the keto flu. You tend to run to the bathroom a little bit more. But I think once you get through that initial 2-week period, I think it gets better and will get easier for you, and your body will adjust.
Yeah. One thing I would say to so I like that idea of the whole going keto first, because I like the idea of easing into it over several weeks, good 4 to 6 weeks, right? So maybe go keto at first here over the first few weeks and then transition into carnivore. So basically over 4 to 6 weeks. One thing I would say is, if you're looking for more cheaper options, ground beef is a great option. You can get it like Costco right now. I think it's $3.99 a pound, and you can get 77.23 or 75.25. So it's a pretty good fat ratio. You can even add a little butter to that and so forth. So ground beef's a really good option if you can do ground beef. Ground beef, eggs, really good options that are really cheap. All right, we have another guest I'm going to bring in here. This is Homesick Buckeye. Russ, how you doing?
What's happening?
Russ?
What's happening?
Hey, Russ.
What's going on, everybody? Man, I want to thank you guys so much for lowering your standards and letting me on here, man. I understand that I understand, man. Listen, I couldn't get the only thing I could get was the weight requirement, the IQ, the credit score, the net worth, all that, man. I couldn't measure up. But I thank you for making an exception and letting me on in here, brother. I'm happy to be here. What's going on, everybody?
All right. So, Russ, I have a quick question for you because I know we can tell from looking at your background, you're a big Ohio State Buckeyes fan. So that game last weekend, Ohio State at Notre Dame, what were you thinking, first of all? What were you thinking on the 4th and inches when they ran a sweep?
Yeah.
That's the first question.
Here's the thing about me. I'm Buckeye born, Buckeye bred, and when I die, I'll be Buckeye dead. Okay, so I'm a Buckeye in my soul. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not a rabid fan. As a matter of fact, I get in trouble with the Buckeye faithful a lot of times because I'm very realistic about our team, year to year. And of course I love them and I root for them. But there's a lot of times, especially in these last couple of years, where when the games come on, I'm like, I hope we win, but I don't know how we're going to win. And that's how I felt going into the Notre Dame game because our defense is good, our offense is terrible. And you got to know that if you got both eyes open when you're watching the game. So I just didn't know what to expect. I was just hoping for the best. We were a 3-point favorite on the road at Notre Dame. I don't know how they came up with that. But we pulled it out in the end. It's one of those things. There's no wrong call, I think, in that situation. There's just no wrong call. It's the last play of the game. You could try to throw a jump ball to Harrison or something like that, or you could try to smash it in, run it in. Either call would have been totally and completely, in my opinion, a good call. There's sometimes you have bad calls and then you have wrong calls. It's like there's no bad call in that situation, I think. But I was just rooting for them, hoping they could make it happen, and fortunately they did. Because the two teams I hate the most are the Wolverines and Notre Dame. Though I'm telling you, I root against them 100% of the time. The Wolverines for obvious reasons. And Notre Dame because I think they're the most overhyped team in all of sports. All of sports. I'm talking field hockey, lacrosse, badminton, all of sports. I think they're the most overhyped, overrated team. Get in a conference, yeah, that's all I have to say about that before I have a bunch of crazy golden domers,
Yeah. All right. So the last time I talked to you, you were doing keto. Is that still the case? How's your diet going?
Yeah, listen, for those that know me, yeah, the diet's going great. To answer your question, everything is good. I don't. I'm a carb number guy. I go by the number, the descriptions and the categories. I don't even know what they are. I mean, you got Saladino eating fruit and honey, calling himself a carnivore. He eats more carbs than I do. So, I don't know what the rule is. Maybe we can have that discussion one day. How many carbs can you eat in a week and still call yourself a carnivore? Okay. I don't know what that number is. But I'm a little tighter than keto. My number bounces between 10 and 15 a day. So I'd say that would be a dirty carnivore or firmly in the ketovore camp. Um, but
Mm.
uh, but yeah, hey Becky, what's going on? Becky's like, she knows. Shout out to Becky. I love her, man. She does wonders from her car. She lives in her car, everybody. She's fantastic. Yeah, so everything is going great. I just came back from vacation, had a little bit of Carbageddon there. And Labor Day weekend was a little bit as well. So September's been a tricky month, but since I got back off of vacation on Saturday, just right on track. Everything's good, and I'm doing great.
Good. All right. Just a
Hope I
quick
answered your
update
question.
here. We're in the third quarter now. It's still 27-3. So I think we
Yeah, this is
lost
a bit of a
Greg.
laugher. This is a bit of a laugher here.
Oh,
Yeah, this isn't too much of a game there. It's just
okay, Greg will be back in a minute. So okay, good. I thought we lost him there for a minute. Yep.
yeah.
All right. So John, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up? I know you've been really busy on your channel. Last night, you and I had a live stream together, and tonight you're on this live stream with us. What do you got coming up? You got a lot going on, right?
Yeah, I got quite a bit going on. One, I'm excited. I got sponsored or affiliated with Carnivore Crisp, and so that's something new that I'm working out the details on. They're gonna, I got if you want a 10% discount for Carnivore Crisp, just put in Backwoods. It's easy to remember. Backwoods, get your Carnivore Crisp and get 10% off. So that's my plug. There it is. Thanks. Let's see. So Sunday, I have my weekly carnivore roundtable. Gonna have 4 or 5, carnivore YouTube creators get together and we discuss carnivore, 1 or 2 topics, take answers, or take questions from the chat and give the best answers we can, or at least we just try to direct them in a good direction if we can't answer them ourselves. And so I do that every week, and that becomes not only a live on YouTube. I then download it and turn it into a podcast that goes out on all your favorite podcasts, so it can be listened to on your way to work and whatever. If you don't want to look at our ugly faces, you can just listen to our voices. Then I have an interview with Mike Shaw TV Sunday night. We're gonna interview him for it. That'll actually probably also become a podcast I'm doing called Carnivore Life. And then let's see what else I got going on. So following Sunday, I got my Carnivore Roundtable again, and then that night I'm going to be interviewing with Becky, because I'm not going to try to say her keto vor Oregon name. Yeah. So she'll be on my channel that night, and then we'll be doing that one. And then the following weekend, I have, of course, the roundtable again, but that night I'm doing an interview with Kip from Carnivore Kip. So I got those lined out. I'm working details out to do some other interviews and have some other people involved in the channel. But then, there's emails going back and forth. I'm talking to one of the doctors, and I got to get with his assistant to get that all, scheduled up so that I can get him on the channel. So, lots of good things. Just, plugging along, building the channel. Hit 700 subscribers today. So that I put that up, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm happy for all the people that support my channel and support me. Sold a few t-shirts, got some new designs up. I put up a new design today. Just trying to build the channel and pay for it along the way. I mean, the problem with this is the more you do, the more it costs you out of pocket. So I'm trying to find ways to help support the channel. So like Carnivore Crisp is a good way to help support my channel.
Yeah, definitely is.
It's the hardest working man on YouTube right there. I love that. Love it. Go get him, buddy.
So Russ, I know you're busy too, right? Your Tuesdays with the keto cookout are always that's a big
listen,
event, right? So you're busy
We're
with
grilling,
that.
baby.
Yeah.
What else
Hey,
outside of that? What else you got going on?
I'm not busy at all compared to John. I I got no Carnivore Crisp. I got nothing. I have to get the Reverend fired up there. See if I can get the Reverend on my channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a jerk. He's hard to deal with. To be a Reverend, I tell you, that guy's a real jerk to be a Reverend.
Or Anthony Chafee and losing his shirt all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's why I'm not paying my ketogenic tithes, Rev. That's why I'm not paying my tithes. You're nasty to people. No, I mean I have the keto cookout, of course, on Tuesdays, and then I do my my walk and talks. I do my keto conversations every Friday. I do a keto conversation. I've got a real clown show of a keto conversation coming up here this Friday. But you want to talk about a clown? I'm talking to all three rings of the circus. No, I'm just teasing. I got Greg is in my keto conversations this week, so I was really not kidding, but that's what I got coming there. And then I just do my walk and talks and I do my life updates. And for some reason, people want to watch me cook on the internet. I don't I think it's just to make fun of me. I really do. It's a bunch of people with low self-esteem who watch me and feel really good about themselves. I guarantee you that's what it is, because that's the only people that could possibly want to watch me make something to eat are the people with the lowest. They got the self-esteem of a fruit fly. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. So people love it. They want to see it, and I am a man of the people. So I give the people what they want, man. So I got a few new toys. I'm going to talk about that coming up. I got an indoor grill, and I got a pressure cooker, and I got a new air fryer. And I will be misusing those things to the delight of the people.
I just picked up an ice cream maker and I put that thing in the freezer for 2 days because my plan for tonight was I was going to be on here when I came on live. I was going to be sitting here eating carnivore ice cream, but the damn thing wasn't cold enough, so I didn't set up.
Yeah, do what I do. Just get you some real ice cream.
Well, I got it in the freezer now. Hopefully it'll freeze up. But yeah, I guess it on the top it just wasn't get enough cold enough in that freezer. So yeah, I had this plan. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be sitting here eating carnivore ice cream when I come live on this tonight, and it didn't happen. But my wife was laughing at me.
So I remember yesterday you were talking about that with the carnivore ice cream, and I was telling you that I had recently tried it too. So I'm curious to see when you come. Are you going to do like a review of it and everything on your channel?
Yes.
All right. I'm curious to see what your review is like. I got my review edited up, and I'm getting ready to load it. I'm knocking my microphone over again. I'm getting ready to load it up on my channel, so I'll have my review out there too. And I want to see how the differences are between yours and mine, and just interesting to see. So
yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Kill's ice cream? Is that the Dr.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one that I use. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've never, that's not my thing, man. I've never had. When I went to this keto summit in Orlando, they gave us basically what was a keto trick or treat bag, and it was just loaded with keto candy and stuff. I smashed it all the first night. And it was pretty good. I mean, some of the stuff was disgusting, but it was pretty good. It's candy. I mean, but that's the only time I've never bought any keto treats, snacks, candy, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not into it. I think it's awesome. I'm not against it or anything. I don't have any problem with it. It's just not for me.
I like a good ice cream, but obviously I'm not eating any sugar whatsoever. So you do this recipe, you're not adding sugar. You're adding cream, eggs, maybe a little bit of vanilla, and then you're putting it in the ice cream machine. And it's supposed to turn to ice cream if it's cold enough. But it tastes good. I mean, I tasted it, in the liquid form, and it's not sweet by no means, but it's got enough sweetness from the cream that it makes it, tasty enough.
Yeah. And Dr. Kiltz on his website, he has a few different variations of the recipe, and he does have one that's considered a low carb that does have some pure cane sugar in it. So there is one option. Yeah, it's not a lot, but there is one option if you want to go that way. I didn't do it with the sugar. The one I did the eggs. Well, I actually did one whole egg because he has an option of either one whole egg or like 5 egg yolks. So I did the one whole egg and the heavy cream, and then the vanilla. I'm trying to think. Was there a fourth? Oh, salt, and then I put some salt on it. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if you did the exact same recipe. It sounds like you didn't use the salt, so maybe yours is a little bit different than mine. So it'll be interesting to see the differences in what you think and the taste compared to what I thought and so forth.
I did the yolks, and I added a couple more to it because he called for 4, and I added 6 total. I added salt to it, but just a pinch.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's more of a custard.
Let's say like add some of the keto chow or something to it, maybe to flavor it up. I mean, if you like that. I don't use keto chow. I do use. I got a review coming of the health code shakes that Dr. Bickman makes. People that follow Ben Bickman. Mm-hmm. I do drink that about once a week. Just kind of as a supplement. It tastes good. It makes it good. I don't make it like they tell you to make it. I won't spoil my video, but I got a video coming out. I kind of make it my own way. Because they say it's a meal replacement. Yeah, I don't know what kind of anorexic mosquitoes they got feeding this thing, but it ain't a meal replacement for a grown ass man. I can tell you that. It ain't. That hey, right now.
So it's probably like what, 20 grams of protein or something, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's a very high fat, high protein, low carb. It tastes good. It mixes well. But like I said, I won't spoil my video, but it'll be coming out probably next week. And I said it just like that on my video. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I don't know which part of the English language they don't understand, meal or replacement. I'm not sure which word they didn't understand the definition of, but yeah. All it did was make me
mad. You keep using that word. I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah. All it did is make me mad when I made it the way they said to make it. It just made me angry. So I do it my way. Like everything else in life, I can't follow instructions. I got to do it my way. But I like the product a lot. It is a good product. I advocate it. I tried to get set up to be an affiliate with them, and they turned me down. I can't blame them for that. They probably saw my channel. But I'm actually working. I'm setting it up through Amazon. I can be an affiliate and do it that way, which I finally getting around to that. Adam's got me doing that. Adam is like he's the guy that gets, figures all this kind of stuff out for me.
Yeah.
Green Bay scored and got the 2-point conversion.
So, Greg, this is exactly what I was talking about at halftime, right? You never know what's going to happen, and it's at Green Bay, so this is what I was worried about, right? we're sitting here. Every time I look over at the screen, there's a injured Lions player getting helped off the field. Green Bay just scored a touchdown, got a 2-point conversion, so it's down to 16-point game. So basically a 2-score game. 8 minutes still to go in the third quarter. Detroit really needs to score here.
My money's on Detroit.
Great. And Branch, who is one of their better defenders, they're showing now in the cart going into the locker room. That's
Hey, listen, I'm a Bengals fan, so I know how to identify a team that likes to lose. Now Detroit has got, you talk about born to lose.
It's been a rough year for the Bengals so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, my team is again, this is at the risk of having people storming the castle. I mean, Burrow is hurt. And I don't know the answer to this question. I guess you got to trust the coaches. But do we want our starting quarterback at 75% or our backup at 100%? I don't know. But, I mean, the guy can't move. You can see he's having problems. He's laboring out there to me. And it's just like, man, I don't know if he's helping the team or hurting the team out there. I mean, his throws are all over the place. He missed all of camp. I mean, I just don't know what to think. I mean, I'm a Bengals fan. Oh, is Becky a Bengals fan? She might be my soulmate after all. I may have to come up with something different than Keto Kitty or Low Carb Lady to come up with something higher. I got to go with another level. She's a Bengals fan. But it's I don't know. We got to win the other day. Our defense, the Buckeyes and the Bengals are the same team. I mean, they're really the same team. Our defenses are good enough to win. Our offenses are not very good, and just hope they get better. Oh, during the Boomer Esiason, yeah. Those were some good years too. Back in those years, the Sam Weiss years. But yeah, I'm still a fan. I'm not a rabid fan. I watch all the games and I follow the team, but I'm realistic. I'm not I just call it like I see it, and we're just not very good offensively. But hopefully we'll get better. I mean, you don't have to get hot in September. You got to get hot in January. So, Yeah, well, them cheating ass Steelers. Yeah, we don't like the Steelers.
So, see, Greg, this is what I'm talking about. It's already 4th down, and the Lions got to punt it.
I see that.
We got to go away from talking about football. Let's get back on track here. All right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I got to get up early in the morning, got work. But it was good sitting here talking with you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, John.
See you, man.
Yeah. Yep. Come see me Sunday at the live chat. We're going to have then Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon Eastern.
Awesome.
Yep. I'll be there.
You will be. All right, but catch you guys then. See you later.
See ya.
I wonder if he was going to get that one because I'm actually supposed to be on that panel. So, all right.
Hey, Russ. I was going to ask you. Yeah, I know you got isn't there some kind of keto conference coming up that you're doing?
Yeah, I'll be in Louisville at Keto Palooza. That is, I think, October the 6th through the 8th or something like that. 5th through the 8th. I'm not sure, but it's the first week of October. Yep, nice. It'll be Dr. Barry will be there. Hampton, Two Crazy Ketos, Maria Emmerich, I think. I can't remember who all is going to be there, but yeah, there'll be a bunch of cool people there. There'll be a bunch of cool people there, and Dr. Hampton will be there too.
Nice.
So shout out to Doc Hampton. That's my man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's always good to be around the keto family and all that. Yeah. It's really a cool vibe. It's a cool scene, and it's always great.
I wish I was closer to some of that stuff. Being in the Midwest, it just hasn't been anything I know, but it doesn't mean there won't be something down the road.
There's a clubhouse group called Keto for the Soul, and they're actually the leader of that, Judy. Her last name. I just lost her last name. She's gonna kill me. But she's in Iowa actually.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been on Clubhouse.
I don't think no.
It's an app. It's a social media app. It's just audio only, and if you join the group, you can come in and just talk. There's no video. And so I met them. It's a pretty nice little group. I met them at the Keto Summit, and Judy was one of the sponsors, one of the hosts. And they have what they call Friendsgiving, and it's sometime and they're having it in Iowa this year. And so yeah, there's some Iowa folks there. Of course, Carrie's in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But it's Keto for the Soul, Keto number 4 the Soul. I think they have a Facebook group as well.
Write that down.
Yeah, they're all over the place. They're keto to carnivore. It's a big tent kind of thing. So they're anybody that's keto, and so there's you got an Iowa there. I'm not sure what part of Iowa she's in. I don't know, but very sweet lady, and I like that group, the Clubhouse group, the Keto for the Soul group. Cool people.
Cool. Did you just see that play, Greg?
Yeah, I think I caught the tail end of it.
That was a fumble, right? It was passed backwards, right?
Let's look.
Or did they call it incomplete? That's backwards.
Oh, that should be a fumble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, it went out of bounds, but I think they did call it a fumble. I don't know. Yeah, 2nd and 21. Okay, good.
Shout out to Cindy. Cindy will be at Keto Palooza. That is wonderful. I will be there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you see me, you better hug me. If you don't hug me, I will ban you from my channel. I will talk about you.
Heck, if I was there, I'd come up and give you a big hug.
Absolutely, man. I need all the love. I need all the love I can get. I need to feel that low carb love. Don't be fist bumping me. Hug me like I'm your family. That's right. Yes, sir.
So Russ, what did you eat today? How'd your day go?
Today was a carnivore day, actually. Bacon and eggs. Wait a minute. Yeah, there was bacon. It was because I'm back reunited with bacon. We broke up for a little while, but we're reunited again. And yeah, bacon and eggs and coffee. That's kind of my routine. Something and eggs and coffee. In the mornings, bacon, ham, whatever, steak sometimes, lamb, whatever. And then tonight, I christened my new pressure cooker. I pressure cooked a brisket, and it was fantastic. And I had some low carb barbecue sauce. I'm gonna do, I think, a review on some of those. I don't know if you guys have ever used any of the sugar-free barbecue sauces or the low carb barbecue sauces, but yeah.
G Hughes makes some good ones, I know. Yep.
What I actually do, Stubbs, if you get the right version, is only like 7 carbs a serving. Sweet Baby Ray's has a no sugar added one that's like 4 carbs a serving, and then the other ones are like 2 carbs a serving. What I do is I will mix a little bit of the higher carb ones with the lower carb ones to get a little bit of a better flavor. So I'll go, 2 parts of the one and 1 part of the other, and it gets to be about 10 or 11 carbs, 10 or 12 carbs.
Yeah.
But it's a much better experience to me. Not that those are bad, but I think they're better with a little bit, just a dab of the other. So yeah, so I smashed I don't know how much brisket I ate, but I ate quite a bit.
How long did that brisket take to do in that pressure?
1 hour.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was good. It was good. Now, I will say this because I'm not, again, if you watch my channel, you know I'm not a cook. I'm not a good cook, a bad cook. I'm not any kind of cook. I'm not a cook at all. I didn't do it like other people, like a lot of people will. I don't care about the color and the presentation and all that. I don't care. I mean, I didn't sear it and all that, and it came out looking kind of like a sous vide or whatever. It's like real light, like a gray. But it was very tender, very juicy. I would probably go a little bit longer. I did it for an hour. I don't even know how big it was. I would say it was probably about um 3 or 4 pounds. It wasn't like really big. I got an 8-pound brisket and I divided it up into a couple of sections. I made one probably a month ago, and then I slow cooked that one in a crock pot for like 5 hours or 6 hours, and it was pretty good too. And then the other half I just put in the freezer, and I thawed it out and put it. I didn't really season it very much because I'm going to put it in barbecue sauce anyway. And I'm not that picky, but it was good. It was good, and I was very happy with it. But I'm gonna try it the next time. I'm gonna put it in maybe for an hour and 15 minutes. I let the steam naturally dissipate for just about 10 minutes. I could have maybe done that a little bit longer, and I didn't put hardly any water in there. Hardly any water, not even a cup of water. So there's things again. I don't know what I'm doing. There's probably somebody out there saying, "Yo, what a dummy you are," or whatever. Guilty as charged. I don't claim to be, like I said, a kind of cook, but I was very happy with it. Um, and so I'm excited. That's why I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about that in my video. Is because I can't stand, my oxtails and my leg of lambs, different things, 4 or 6 hours. I'm not doing all that. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, Adam is sous videing things for 2 days. It's like, well, what? I mean, that's crazy to me. Oh, it's 36 hours. What? Anything for 36 hours? It's like, what? It's like, "Hey, I got dinner on. We're gonna eat next Thursday." What? I'm like,
You sounded exactly like him when you said that too. 36 hours.
yeah, that's my man. But I'm just like, yeah, that's not for me. So and I got the indoor grill because my air fryer, I can't, it's disgusting. I can't keep it clean. I mean, it just gets so dirty and stays so dirty, and I just, so I got the indoor grill because it looks like it's got a couple of parts. You can disassemble it. Looks like it's a lot easier to clean. So I'm gonna, do some indoor. I'm gonna try some indoor grilling, steaks, burgers, things like that, and not air fry so much. And then I'm gonna do more pressure cooking, same kind of thing. It just doesn't make as much of a mess, easier to clean up. Um, and then my air fryer, which I do love, but I use it for a lot of things other than I use it to bake. I use it to reheat things. I use it for a lot of different purposes. And maybe air fry things that aren't so greasy or just don't have so much grease.
What
Yeah.
type of air fryer is it? Is it the bucket kind or the other?
No, I have a Ninja Foodie. It's an oven style. It's got an air fryer, conventional oven. You can bake on it. You can, you can do everything with it. And I love it. It is a great, it's great at everything. I love it, love it, love it. And I bought another one just like it, except this one has a temperature probe. The old one I got a couple years ago does not have a temperature probe. This one has a built-in temperature probe, so you can. But I also bought a couple of Wi-Fi probes, or Bluetooth probes. Actually, I guess they would be. So I don't really need the probe on the air fryer, but I have it. So I can, it's a pretty cool thing. It's USB rechargeable. So, and the probes, there's 2 probes. So you can cook 2 different things at the same time or whatever if you want to, and monitor. It monitors the overall temperature in the oven. It also monitors the internal temperature of the meat all at the same time.
Is that a Temp Spike? Is it Temp Spike brand?
I don't remember the brand, but it'll be out on a video here in the next week or two.
Yeah, I got one of those. It works great for. I use it on a lot of my charcoal grill when I'm smoking pork,
Yeah.
or whether I'm doing ribs or pulled pork.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it works pretty good.
There's lots of different brands. I'm sure they all work about the same,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what brand it was. It has an app for the phone if you want
Mm-hmm.
that, or it has just the piece
Base.
that comes. You can
Nice.
just use that, the base or whatever. You can
Mhm.
use whichever one you want. So I think that'll help me, a little bit as well. But yeah, so I'm gonna, like I said, just try something a little different, and see how that works. It's just
We'll
me,
be We'll be adding the chef title to your homesick Buckeye chef here pretty quick.
You're in the. I didn't hear what he said. You're in the Matrix there. I didn't hear what you said.
I was gonna say we're gonna be adding chef to your title there, homesick Buckeye chef.
Yeah, no, not if not compared to some of those folks. But I tell them all the time, go find ketogenic woman, go find Maria Emmerich, find somebody that really can cook. Man, I keep myself alive. That's about all I do. I'm one step above a caveman. I got meat and heat. I just got electricity. That's all. I got a air fryer. He had just a fire. That's really the only difference between us. So, but people love it, man.
I got to be honest. I've not used my air fryer since probably February. I do so much cooking on my griddle. I have a Blackstone griddle, and I'm out there about every day cooking on that thing.
Well, the weather's good right now. You wait about another 6 weeks. You ain't gonna be out there fooling with that griddle.
Oh, I'll probably use my air fryer then and experiment. But geez, I almost need to learn because I just have not used it. And when I did use it before, it was for fries.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I love the air fryer. Changed my life, man. I'm telling you, it made the food. I actually can make stuff that I wasn't embarrassed to serve to somebody. When I got my air fryer, finally, I'm like, yeah, if somebody came over, I wouldn't be ashamed to say, hey, I made this, so,
Yeah.
But I'm still, I just don't like, I know, listen, there's a lot of people out there that love to cook and they love it. I don't know how to describe it. It's a chore. It's like cleaning my toilet. So it's just something I do because I have to do it. I need to do it. I have no joy in it. I don't look forward to doing it. The only reason I even go in the kitchen is because the food is in there. That's it. So I just, but the new stuff living this life makes it a little easier. Because you don't have a ton of variety in that. And then, like I said, the new toys that I've gotten have made it a little more bearable as well. Because you can set the timers, you can do different, you can just, it makes it simpler and easier in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So I have one of the bucket air fryers, and that's why I asked you what kind you have, because I have such a hard time getting that thing clean.
Sure.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, and my pressure cooker, I didn't tell the whole story. My pressure cooker it's also a Ninja Smart Lid, so it's actually a slow cooker, pressure cooker, air fryer, oven. I mean, it's got a million features as well, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be easier to clean than my oven style air fryer if I do want to air fry something, because the whole bottom and stuff comes out first of all, as opposed to the oven style where nothing comes out. So you have to go in there to get it all. So when I air fry something, I can take the bucket out, take that stuff out, because it sits in a bucket in a pan down inside the unit. And then the top, which is really where the worst of it is, it's just a small area, and it's much easier to get to than trying to reach into the back, deep into the back of that air fryer. And I bought an electric brush. I bought like a electric scrubber, a battery operated scrubber. So, and you can just reach up in there and it does all the scrubbing and stuff. So, I'm trying here. So, but I don't plan to do a lot of air frying. I really don't. I bought the indoor grill, and that's what I plan on doing. Because the only thing I really air fried was steaks and burgers. I didn't really air fry much of anything else.
Yeah.
Maybe I mean, I was air frying salmon for a while, but I stopped doing that and just started baking it more because it came out better baked than air fried for me anyway. And so I was still using my air fryer, but I was baking in it, not that. And I used to reheat a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff doesn't microwave so well, like salmon, like some other things. If you want to eat it the next day, it's much better to put it in and reheat it than it is to try to microwave it. So I mean, I get a lot of use out of my air fryer, but not really as an air fryer. And so I think, like I said, my indoor grill, I can do my steaks and burgers on that. It breaks all down, should be real easy to clean. And I don't think it'll be too much different in terms of flavor in that. I don't think so. And then I can always fry them in my pressure cooker air fryer. You know, I could try that. And like I said, I think it'll be easy to clean. It also has a setting called Steam Crisp, which I'm kind of interested to try because you can kind of cook it with steam from the bottom, and then it also has like a burner at the top, so you can do both. And another thing I'm going to try is I'm going to try like maybe pressure cooking it for a little bit, and then crisping it up, maybe throwing some oil on it, and sticking it in the broiler or maybe the air fryer or whatever for a few minutes just to get it to sear. I'm curious to try that. So I'll be doing all kind of stuff.
I think you're gonna have fun with all those new toys.
Well,
learning how to cook with them.
I definitely won't have fun. That is out. There's zero chance of that. What I'm hoping for is less cleaning time and easier cleaning, because I think I hate that worse than cooking. I don't know. It's neck and neck. I don't know which is worse, cooking or cleaning up all the stuff. So that's really what I'm trying to do. I can't find any way to minimize my cooking time. I gotta, the stuff that you gotta cook. Although I'm working on it with the pressure cooking, that's going to reduce a lot of time. But the cleanup is just, I'm hoping it'll get easier with the new stuff. We'll see. Either way, you'll find out. You'll know. I tell it all.
All right. So a football update. I think it's the end of the third quarter. It's still 27-11, but Green Bay has a 1st and goal. So yeah, that second half collapse is happening that I was worried about.
What's that guy
I
got
just hope
hurt?
they can hold on. Well, multiple guys got hurt though on defense on that last drive. Like 2 or 3 different times, people were getting like helped off the field. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm hoping they can at least hold on and win this game. I don't know. And now they got a commercial with Patrick Mahomes in it, so I don't know what's going on here.
Subway.
Oh, geez. I don't even want to go there with Subway. You used to think that was healthy, right?
Oh, yeah. Didn't we all?
Yeah.
Wheat. You gotta get the wheat. I always get the wheat because the wheat is good for you.
Right. It was better for you than the white bread, right? The wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just starting the fourth quarter and it's 1st and goal. Ugh.
Man. Well, we'll see if Detroit's for real or not, if they can hold them off.
I'm afraid of that answer, but let's see what happens here. So,
yeah, I don't know if you caught it, Russ, but Brian's favorite team is Detroit. So
yeah, he's up there close to the state that starts with M. I can't think of the name of it. But
looks like we got a question from a
the
Facebook
one up
user.
north, huh?
yeah, something.
Yeah. What's that?
There's a question from a Facebook user.
Here we go. Oh yeah, let me bring that up. What are you guys doing to resolve slow weight loss? Any tips? Greg, you want to take that one because I know you've done a pretty good job with your weight loss.
I would say reevaluate what you're doing and make sure that you aren't sneaking things in there that are harming your weight loss or slowing it down. So kind of evaluate what you're eating. If you're tracking your food, that's one way to find that. That's one thing. The other thing is do something a little different. In my case, a lot of times I started low carb, then I kind of did ketovore. And for a while there, like this summer, I jumped to carnivore for a week and a half, where I'd alternate one day of keto, one day of carnivore, and just kind of mix it up a little bit to see if your body responds and kicks you out of that. The other thing is it depends too on what you're drinking. Sometimes maybe cut out something if maybe you're doing a diet pop or you're doing some kind of seltzer water, change it up to something else like regular water, or eliminate that for a couple days, see if you can get the scale to move. Sometimes it just takes your body time to adjust. I know, I've lost over 95 pounds now in 8 months. It's a little over 8 months. And, there was a month there where my weight didn't really go anywhere. And I think my body was just adjusting. And sometimes it takes time. I know I've learned that my body tends to drop in chunks. I'll have a week where I'm not really doing much. Then all of a sudden, boom, I'm down 5 pounds. So it's kind of one of those things. Just keep working the plan. Don't give up. Adjust the plan, and good things will happen for you. Just never quit. You just got to keep plugging away and make some adjustments, and hopefully, you'll get through that.
Russ, you got any tips?
Yeah, I'm the wrong guy to ask this question. I think Greg did a great job, because my advice is stop worrying about it. You can't control when you lose weight, where you lose weight, how you lose weight. And, I don't care. I'm perfectly happy to lose the weight the same way I gained it. I didn't gain it in a year, so I don't expect to lose it in a year. And that's just me. That's just my thing. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to lose it as fast as they can or whatever. I'm not one of those people. The only reason I weigh myself is because I have a channel and people just beat me to death about it. I weigh myself once a month and I tell the folks what it is, but I could care less. If you're looking at this, again, I'd have to know maybe a little bit more. If you're just doing this for weight loss, like I said, I think Greg said it best. I'm not doing this for weight loss. I'm doing this for overall health and wellness, and it's a life change. I've changed my life, what I eat, what I do, how I live, where I go, all that kind of stuff has changed for me. So my only goal is just to keep it between the lines. And, I have a 90-10 philosophy. 90% of the time, I'm on the straight and narrow. The other 10% of the time, I'm all over the road. And, because the 10% can't overrule the 90. You can't ruin, what you've done 330 days a year with 30 days of, of something else. So that's my advice, is don't worry about it. You can't control it. So why worry about it? Just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Keep your carbs low. Do your exercising. And it'll happen when it happens. The other thing too, again, I don't know how much weight you have to lose or whatever, but a lot of people are surprised what, your body knows what your weight is supposed to be. So you might think, oh, because you're looking at some chart, oh, I need to be 150 pounds, where your body might be saying, no, you don't. You need to be 162.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to beat yourself up to lose that last 12 pounds when your body is telling you, no, I don't care what that doctor or that chart says. This is your comfortable weight. This is where we like to be. And we're not really going much lower than that unless you really put us under stress.
Yeah. So there's some really good comments there from both of you. I'm going to go with, some of what my experiences have been. And again, so for me, when we talk about weight loss, what we're really talking about is the fat that we got in our bodies that we want to get rid of, right? So I'm going to assume here that this person, Facebook user here, has a good amount of fat that they want to lose still on their body. What I have seen, what's worked for me is getting back to basics of being a little bit more strict. So looking at things that I may have started eating that wasn't working well for me, like cheese and so forth. Now I see they did post again here, and they said no cheese, gave up milk, have a tablespoon of cream and coffee. Potentially that could be contributing a little. I will say that the cream and the coffee, but otherwise, it's really hard to say. It sometimes when you're going and you're losing weight, sometimes you don't see the scale change, and you might still be losing some body fat, or it's just what's happening for that little period. And if it's just like a week or 2 weeks or something, that's probably fine, and then you'll start seeing the weight loss again. But for me, I've always found it seems to work better when I get stricter if I'm having weight loss challenges. So like I'll sit there sometimes and be like, I really haven't lost anything for a month or two. So then I will go and get really strict, and then I start to see a couple pounds come off. So yeah, that cream could potentially be part of it. Also, like, what are you drinking? Are you just drinking water, or are you potentially drinking like sparkling waters or something that maybe has some sort of artificial sweetener in it? Because that could cause a problem too. And it doesn't always affect everybody, but some people seem to be affected more by it. I'm also, but one more thing I'll say is I'm the type of person, I'll be doing good. I'm doing carnivore. I'm not eating any carbs or anything, and I'm doing a really good job. And then I have one meal that I have a little bit of carb and I gain weight from, and it takes me a week or more to lose that weight back. So not everybody's that way, but that happens to me. So that's something to consider there too.
One thing I was going to add, make sure you're drinking enough water. Because sometimes I think we get a little complacent and don't drink enough water. And I find that when I'm drinking a lot of water, I'm losing weight. And I have to remind myself of that sometimes. It's like, Greg, did you drink enough water today? And sometimes I'll be like, no, I haven't. It's like, well, maybe that's why I'm not losing weight. You need that to flush things out of your body. And, make sure you take a look at that too.
Dehydrated people will not lose weight. That's for sure. Well, 123 kilograms is about 270 pounds. And I don't know how tall you are, but yeah, I'd be real happy if I was 200. I was 270 pounds when I was born. So, that's yeah.
I was going to say, I do see it says eats one meal a day, occasionally twice, and I never cheat. Well, maybe you need to eat a cheat meal, to be honest. I've done that many times where I was this is back more when I was doing keto. I would do more of a cheat meal, and lo and behold, I'd start dropping weight again, because it kind of like resets your metabolism a little bit, and I think that'll help you burn some of that. So I would not be afraid to try a cheat meal, especially if you've been stuck like you have for a month. Maybe it's just a matter of how bad you cheat. It looks like you've been on carnivore. Maybe you should have like a taco salad, do something like that, and then see what happens. Like I said before, I would sometimes do a cheat meal. It really helped make me lose weight. So
how much was this person when they started?
Yeah. Yeah, and how much weight did they lose previously? Because that can affect it too, definitely.
So they said they're 123 kilos and they lost 1 kilo in a month. The one other thing here, though, drinking sparkling water and plain, I would suggest try cutting out the sparkling water and just going with regular plain water for a week and see what happens. That's another good option there.
Yeah. I see he started at 130. So
130 at start. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's the other thing too. I'll say is, when you first get on the program, when you first get on you lose a lot of water, and you lose a lot of water real quick. And so you see in the scale, and you're seeing these big things. Oh, I lost 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever. And then when you're not losing water anymore, fat takes a lot longer to lose than water. So, you're not going to lose, 2 or 3 pounds, every week like you can when you're losing water. Um, and so, as I said, I would definitely check, your blood work, get your blood work checked, your fasting insulin, your A1C, your glucose, all that kind of stuff, and use that as a benchmark as well, for progress. Because if you I don't know if maybe you did, but if let's say you checked your blood work 90 days ago, and now you're 90 days in, and you checked your blood work again, and you see your A1C is down, you see your glucose is down, you see your fasting insulin is down, you're going in the right direction. You know, maybe your weight isn't where you want it to be, but like I said, you can't control that. You can't control when you lose weight, where you lose weight, how you lose weight, what part of the body. You just can't control it. Your body will do that as it sees fit. And we also know that your body will start with your visceral fat and your organ fat first. So your liver, your kidneys, pancreas, those type of things, it'll metabolize that fat first, um, and then your subcutaneous fat. And another thing, of course, is how do you feel? Do you feel better? Do you have more energy? Are you noticing changes that way? Because you don't live on a scale. You don't live on a scale. You live your life out, in the world. So if you're doing things you couldn't do before and making those non-scale victories, that's way more important than the number on the scale. That in many cases is the last thing to cooperate.
Yeah, just don't get discouraged. Keep working the plan. And like I said, if you feel you need to do something, adjust the plan a little. Like I said, add a cheat meal, do something a little different. Maybe since you're carnivore, go keto one day or a one meal, and
Yeah.
then see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to eat a gallon of ice cream, but you can. It's funny. We were talking about that yesterday. Just like eating out at restaurants and things like that. Most places, if you go to Wendy's or McDonald's or whatever fast food of choice, a hamburger or one of the sandwiches is less than 50 carbs, 90% of them. 40 carbs or so. The fries and the drink are what really hammer you. And the fries and the drink have twice the carbs. I mean, a large soda from McDonald's, if you order a large drink, it's between 75 and 90 carbs. The fries, if you get a large order of fries, that's 75 carbs. But like a double quarter pounder with cheese is only 40 or 42, I think. So it's crazy when you think about it that there's literally twice as many carbs in that soda as there are in you could eat 2 double quarter pounders with cheese and get the same carbs as just drinking the drink. It's crazy when you think about it.
That reminds me of Brian when he was talking about Dunkin' Donuts and that spiced latte or whatever it was. I mean, you could eat 12 glazed donuts for the same number of carbs as that drink. It was crazy.
The pumpkin spiced frozen coffee, 185 grams of sugar in it.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy, dude. I mean, when we were talking about this the other day, my life is so different now. Even when I'm off the wagon, for lack of a better term, or I'm outside of my norm, it's nothing like it used to be. I mean, because I just understand things now that I didn't understand a year ago. So it's like, I go to McDonald's and I'll have that double quarter pounder. It's 45 carbs. In the big picture, that's nothing. I mean, I would have drank 3 times that, like when I went to Olive Garden, I mean, I normally would have drank 3 or 4 Sprites before they even brought the food out. So you're talking about 200 carbs potentially before I even eat anything. I mean, that was my old life. Now it's just different. And I just could never, I could never go back to my old life. I just know too much now.
I see Detroit scored a field goal.
Yeah. So I was watching a little bit. They showed replay in the last play of the third quarter. The clock hit 0 like a second before they snapped the ball, and they threw like a 40-yard pass to get down to like the Detroit 8-yard line where they had the 1st and goal. So that play shouldn't have counted, which is interesting. But they got the touchdown. Now Detroit had a
Well, how'd they
field
get the
goal,
ball
but there was
back?
there apparently was a penalty, so
Well, they
now
took
they
the
got a
points off
first
the
and
board.
goal instead.
Yeah, they
So
took the points off the board.
So yeah, it looks like it's 2nd and goal now at the 3-yard line. Really, the field goal doesn't do a whole lot. 10 points,
No.
13 points. The touchdown is the big thing. Make it that 3-score game here with 8 minutes to go.
Plus, yeah, they'll take a little more time off the clock too. So that's that's a big one.
Yeah.
Nice drive, 11 plays, 72 yards, and it's been 7-10. So
Yeah, they've taken a lot of time off the clock.
it's looking good for Detroit right now.
I got a cousin that likes Detroit. He's in California now, but he's from Detroit. I would love, as a long-suffering Bengals fan, I really would like to see Detroit do something. I would like to see them have a good team and make it to a Super Bowl or something. I sympathize with the loyal, long-suffering fan. I sympathize.
Man, I tell you, I'd like to see them go to the Super Bowl just once in my lifetime.
Yeah, sure. I understand, man. Like I said, I'm a Bengals fan, so I know what it's like to just every year you just think, my goodness.
Hey, you guys were in the Super Bowl a few years ago, though, right?
Yeah, but for 40 years after the last time we were in the Super Bowl, I mean, it's like, I'm only 54.
Lions are working on 0 Super Bowl appearances so far.
That's exactly my point. That's why I'm saying it.
Last time they won a world championship was before the Super Bowl when they were world championships.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, it came out afterwards that their quarterback was drunk all the time. He was playing drunk.
Yeah, you guys used up all your championships in hockey. You know, man.
Yeah.
That's
They were
true.
good for a long
The
time.
basketball team that was pretty good back in the day.
Oh yeah.
The Detroit Pistons. They
were known as the bad boys.
Yeah. There it is.
There we go. There's the touchdown. Lions got the touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
6 minutes left is all too.
So who's the team to beat in your division? Is it Minnesota or is it you guys?
No, I'd say it's Detroit.
So at the beginning of the season, I would have said it was the Vikings, though.
Yeah, I don't follow. I only follow really my teams. I don't really follow. I just know Minnesota has been good the last couple of years.
They're stinking up the joint this year.
Yeah.
Who do they play this weekend? Do you know?
I don't even know.
I know the Bears aren't any good. The only reason I know that is because I'm kind of following Justin Fields a little bit. But so I know they're not very good, and I know that the Packers, lost Aaron Rodgers and are kind of doing some rebuilding.
But so going into this game, the Packers and the Lions were tied for first place in the division. Because, like Greg said, the Vikings are 0-3, and the Bears are the Bears. So so let's see. Who do the Vikings play?
I love it. And the NFC is, I think, they're the softer of the two, right? I mean, they're most of the better teams in AFC.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Philly's good.
Miami's really good this year. Buffalo's always pretty solid.
So the Vikings play the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. Because Thielen has to play against his old team.
But then next week they're at home, but they got to play the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's going to be a tough game. And then a couple weeks from now, they're playing the 49ers, but they had the Bears before that. So they have a couple of tough games there, the Chiefs and the 49ers.
It could very well be winless for a while. It wouldn't surprise me.
I can't see them losing to the Panthers or the Bears, to be honest.
Yeah, probably not. But the Panthers, you just never know, I guess. It depends on which Vikings team shows up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're the reigning division champions, though, so we'll see what happens here. 0-3 is an interesting start for them, but I don't know. I'm really surprised with the Packers that they've been as good as they have been without Aaron Rodgers.
So yeah, I didn't think that. I thought they'd be fighting with Chicago for the bottom, but and they may. Yeah, you never know, but I doubt it. I think it'll be the Vikings and the Bears at the bottom.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna take it to the barn, fellas. It's been great hanging out with you.
Hey, we appreciate you coming
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen,
Yeah,
I
Russ. Thanks for coming on.
support both of you guys, man. You guys are good guys. I like the way you go about it. You're big tent kind of folks. I like the big tent philosophy. Come one, come all. And we're all humans here. We all have our struggles, our ups and downs,
Yeah.
peaks and valleys. So, the important thing is to just get on the road. Doesn't matter how fast you're going, doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you got. You don't have to look over at the guy in the Maserati going 100 miles an hour. You could be in an old VW Beetle just putting along. Maybe you got a moped, but you're on the road.
Yep.
Maybe you got a flat tire, maybe you're in the ditch. Hey, but you're on the road. So, and that's what it's all about, man. Get on that road and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You will get where you want to go. It's not a
Yeah.
race, it's not a contest. Don't judge yourself by other people's measuring sticks. Do what you got to do, and to keep yourself on track there, and go at your pace, go at your speed, and that's the message to me. I think that's the important message for people, and I know both of you guys feel that way as well.
Yep, definitely. We really appreciate you coming on,
Yeah.
Russ. You're welcome to come on anytime.
Well, thank you, man. I definitely will. Like I said, the later the better. That's why I end up with Carnivore Scott 1:00 in the morning sometimes on those late streams, because I'm a night owl and I get done working late. So, like I said, if you're on after 9 or 10 p.m., there's a decent chance that I'm not doing nothing, and you may pop on. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, fellas. I appreciate that.
All right.
So yes, have a good night, and congratulations. I think I don't even think Detroit can mess this up. Not even Detroit can mess this game up. So I think you're home free on this, brother.
I hope you're right.
Definitely.
All right, fellas, man. You guys be good. Have a good evening.
Take care, Russ.
right.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Russ. All right. So, Greg, something that we haven't talked about all night. You're in week number 2 of your full carnivore. Tell us how that's going.
Yeah, I'm like 2.5 weeks in now.
2.5 weeks. Okay.
Yeah,
so
since
the start
Sunday.
of week 3 then.
Yeah. So on my 2-week weigh-in, I was down. Oh, let me look at my notes here. I can't even remember offhand. What was I? It was like 13. It was like 12, almost 13 pounds down in the first 2 weeks of carnivore. So the first week I lost 9.2 pounds. And the next week I think it was 3 point something. But it's just about 13 pounds down in 2 weeks. This week I've lost 1 or 2 pounds. I've been kind of steady, but I'm hoping here at the end of the week I drop some weight. So maybe I can lose another 3 or 4 pounds for the third week of carnivore, which I would take. I'm less than 4 pounds away from being under or losing 100 pounds. So I'd really like to hit that. I was hoping to do it this weekend, but unless I have a big drop, I don't think I'll hit the 100 by Sunday, but we'll see. I mean, it's been going pretty well, though. I can't complain. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How about
That's
you?
great.
How's things been going for you?
It's been going good. I've actually lost a couple more pounds, so I'm at like 80 pounds of weight loss now.
That's awesome.
So yeah, when I look back at things, I think like the first 3 to 4 months, I lost pretty quickly, like 50, 60, 65 pounds. I think it was more like 65 pounds, right?
Oh,
Did
how
you
did
catch
you
that?
catch that?
Oh,
I
geez.
thought that was going to be picked.
Wow. So anyway, I lost like 65 pounds there. And then, I went through the holidays last year and I wasn't very strict. And then as I finally got into the spring, I lost a few pounds again. And then I kind of, didn't really lose a little bit. And then I started to lose a little bit more here again. So for me, it was like I had that initial first 3-4 months where I lost a lot of weight. And since then it's been slow going, but at least, there is still a little bit here and there that happens. And again, this is where, I talk about like weight loss isn't really the key. The key is the fat loss and getting healthier and feeling better and so forth. And I notice, I definitely am noticing, even though the weight on the scale isn't changing that much, I am noticing differences like in my waist and so forth. So like the body fat is going more and more away. So I'm definitely seeing differences there. Matter of fact, we're coming up to the fall, and I had a pair of jeans that I was like, yeah, I'm going to be able to wear these this year. They're actually kind of a little big. So now I'm like, do I need to get some new jeans? Because yeah, I
Nice.
wore jeans the other day, and it's like I had a belt on, but still they were like, they looked kind of funny because like, especially in the legs, they look so baggy. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I can really wear this or not. Maybe I need to get a new pair of jeans. Yeah, I like that I'm seeing that kind of stuff, even though I'm not seeing a whole lot of loss in the actual weight on the scale. So
Yeah. I must say, I got to admit this. I went into Old Navy and I've never shopped Old Navy. They never had stuff that fit me. I mean, 2X, come on, not as a big guy, but now I can. I just was looking around and I didn't buy anything, but I looked around. I said, man, I could actually buy that and wear that. And it was kind of weird because, I always struggled to find clothes. I've always been a big guy, as 3X shirts, 4X, or, usually I could fit into a 3XLT, but you can never find those. So I'd buy a 4X so I can make sure I could tuck it in because I'm kind of long torsoed and I like to be able to tuck in my shirt so my butt's not hanging out. So it's just nice to be able to see clothes that I can actually wear now. And, even some workout pants I bought here, I want to say it was like a month and a half ago. They're getting big on me already. And I'm like, so I actually wore an extra pair of extra large the other day and they fit perfect. It's like, it's been a long time since I've done that, but
yeah. Yeah, so like for shirts, I was wearing 4 extra large tall, 4XLT, right? Because I am a pretty tall guy, pretty big guy, got big shoulders and stuff
yeah, I
too.
saw that in your wedding picture. You're definitely a big guy. I mean,
Yeah. So, I've been wearing those, and I still like this shirt I got on is a 4XLT. Well, you can see how loose it is, but I had a shirt that I probably had never been able to wear, and it was like a 2X, and I'm like, I don't even know if I should try this, but I put it on. I was like, oh my gosh, this actually fits.
They
And
picked it off.
it's not a 2XLT or anything. It's a 2X,
Yeah.
right? It's just double extra large. That might have sealed the game right
Yeah,
there,
I think
huh?
that sealed the game for you.
Wow. So yeah, it's great, and you were talking about like pants. I don't know so much about pants other than the jeans that I have, but shorts. I actually have a pair of large shorts now that I'm wearing, and I was wearing like 2XL before, so it's amazing that just the difference that I've seen there, and really, like I said, like some of this is since I lost a bunch of weight and I'm only going slower in the last several months with weight, I'm actually noticing the difference still in the waist and so forth. So that's the good thing. Yeah, they can pretty much take a lot of time off this clock now. And a 17-point lead. Okay, I'm going to finally say I'm starting to feel a little comfortable for a possible victory here.
I think you're looking good. Hey, I'll be right back, Brian.
All right. Yeah, so anyone that's watching right now, anyone has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I see we still got, it looks like there's about 12 of us online right now. So thanks for sticking with us. And while I'm waiting to see if any questions come in or waiting for Greg to come back, I'll just keep talking about, what I've been seeing here with the non-scale type of victories here. I haven't given an update really in a while about things like my AFib, and I think I'm going to do a video again about that because I did a video several months back where I talked about, I'd been about a year and hadn't had any episodes. Just like another update on that is things continue to go well there. I'm now at like 15 months on the carnivore diet, and it's probably at least 14 months here without an AFib episode. So that's been going really well. my blood pressure has been pretty low too. So, it typically, when I've been checking it's been like 110, 115 over like 70, 75, somewhere in there. I still have medication that I'm taking, but it's a lower dose than what I was taking before. And I go back to the doctor in like 2 weeks, I think, or a week and a half. So we might see a change there. I don't know. And I've also got a cardiologist appointment in like a month, where uh, it'll be good to talk a bit about the AFib. And I've been on a blood thinner. I take Eliquis. And we've talked a few different times before over the last year about if I continue to lose weight and not have an episode, that I could potentially go off of that. So I'm really looking forward to see how that conversation is going to go. So I was just kind of talking, giving an update while you were gone. So yeah, just giving some updates about how things are going. A lot of non-scale victories have been going good. Yeah. So I will say,
sometimes those non-scale victories aren't talked about enough because there's just so many things that happen. And I mean, just looking at the camera, I look at my face, and I even make this in my videos. I'm like, the complexion is great. I don't have blackheads. I don't, the wrinkles are minimal for as old as I am. There's just so many different things that are positives, let alone, when you start buying new clothes, like we talked about, it feels pretty good to, like I said, I never shopped Old Navy before because nothing ever fit. So
yeah.
it's kind of nice. It's like, yeah, I'll actually be able to buy clothes. And, it's one of those, I'm not going crazy now because I'd still like to lose 50 to 70 pounds as far as I can go. So, and I don't know how long that's going to take, but hopefully it goes well. And by summertime next year, I'll be at my final weight. That's what I'm hoping for. I got 2 girls getting married next year. So I wanted to look sharp taking them down the aisle, I guess. So
yeah. Yeah. One thing I was going to say, I see Detroit just had to punt.
Yeah. Oh, they got to tackle them. Oh,
okay. All right. So, one thing I was going to say though is, it's not always easy. So for people out there watching, that might be saying, I always watch these videos and people are talking about how great it is and so forth. And it's been a struggle for me. Well, yeah, it's not always easy. I will say that, there are times that I have problems with cravings and so forth. And, you know, there's one thing that I will point out that it's been better. And there was several months that I wasn't having any issues at all with, like joint pain or arthritis or anything like that. And it's definitely better, but there's something that I've realized here a little bit more recently is that I sometimes do trigger issues. And it usually, I think, seems to coincide with certain things that I eat and then doing something like being a little more active than I was or banging my foot or something like that. The other day, I was a little bit more active, walked a little bit more than I usually do. And I had French onion soup with a bunch of onions. And I think the oxalates in the onions caused me problems. And I had a little bit of pain yesterday on the top of my foot. But then today it's been better. So that's just something that, I went several months where I wasn't having any of those things. And then just some little things that I noticed, like I might do something that I shouldn't do, eat something that I shouldn't, whatever. And I can have a little bit of something happen. The good news is it's not like it used to be like when I would have a problem in the past, my foot would swell up and it would be like a week or 2 weeks. I'd be stuck. I'd be done with a swollen foot no matter what I seemed to do. I could ice it. I could, soak it in a bath or something, put icy hide on it, whatever, take, Motrin or whatever. It didn't seem to help. I was stuck with a week or 2 of waiting until the swelling would go down. And that hasn't happened to me, even though I might have like yesterday where the foot was sore. I was able to basically I put a little icy hot on it last night and today it was fine. So that's something I'll point out there. It's not like everything is always great, and there's struggles out there. I ate stuff that I shouldn't have the other day, where I had the onions, and I think that caused it. The last time that I kind of noticed a little bit of something with it, I had a little bit of pizza. So it's like stuff that I know I shouldn't eat, but sometimes I do that, and then I kind of notice, like, sometimes it's like your body is like, "Hey, you shouldn't be eating this, so I'm gonna tell you." Like like you're gonna have this pain point, and it's gonna remind you that you shouldn't be eating that, and then you're like, "Okay, yeah, I really
Yeah.
shouldn't have ate that. I'm not gonna eat that anymore again." So
Yeah,
just
you're
putting
right.
it out there.
It definitely can affect you. And, that's the thing. Life does happen. And I think people are kidding you if they say, oh, no, I don't crave anything else. Yeah, I crave stuff once in a while. I would love to have some scoops of ice cream, or I would like to have some chocolate. I ate a lot of chocolate before. It was a daily thing for me.
Mhm.
But you know what? I've been able to get by without it and make some changes. And it's one of those things. But I think your Detroit Lions are going to have the big W today, is what I think. They're up by
Yeah, so
13.
I saw Green Bay kicked a field goal, and they just tried an onside kick, and it went out of bounds. So
Yeah.
under 3 minutes to go, 14-point lead in the ball, looking pretty good.
If anybody out there has any questions, go ahead and fire away. Well, I know the game will be ending soon, and so will our live stream. But go ahead and put it out there if you got something for us.
Yep, and I see that there's still 13 people watching, so thanks
Nice.
for
Well,
sticking
thank
with
you.
us.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. We love having you here and joining us. So thank you.
Definitely, if you have any questions, now's the time to put it in so we can get to your questions here before the end of the live stream.
So Brian, do you have anything coming up that you're working on that you want to share with everybody who's on the live stream? Or
Yeah, so, well, first of all, of course, Thursdays are our new thing, right?
yeah,
Thursday
it
night
is.
football.
It's grown each week, and it's a lot of fun. That's for sure. So
So next Thursday we'll be right back here, but um yeah, before that, let's see. So we're coming down to the end of September. I have an offline interview tomorrow night. It was originally supposed to be last Friday, but we had to reschedule. So it's tomorrow night. I'm doing an offline interview with one of the PhD mentors um, in Dr. Barry's group, right? When
okay, yep.
the mentor coaches. So I'm doing an interview with her tomorrow night, and then probably in the next couple days, I'll have that go out on the channel. And then Sunday, I'm in Carnivore Backwoods, John's Carnivore Roundtable at 1 o'clock. So 1 p.m. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be in that. I have another offline interview coming up on Monday for somebody else's channel that they reached out to me. So that's going to be probably out there soon. Next Wednesday, Carnivore Soldier was on earlier today,
Mhm.
Larry. I'm going to be on a live stream with him next Wednesday. It's his hump day meetup. And so we're going to be doing that live stream. And then, of course, we hit Thursday with the low
Yeah.
carb football party. So not quite as many live streams as I've had the last couple of days or last couple of weeks, just 3 of them, I guess, here in the next week. But a lot of different things there. I'm working on some new content for the channel. I will have tomorrow, I think it is. It's either, yeah, I think it's tomorrow morning. It's either tomorrow morning or Saturday morning. I can't remember which, but I'm going to have a video coming out where I tried Dr. Kilt's ice cream, the carnivore ice cream. And so I'm going to review it,
I'm
go
gonna
over the
have to try
recipe
that.
and review it and so forth. Yeah, so that's gonna be a nice video, and then I got some other ideas of some videos that I'm gonna be working on. So I'm gonna try and get some more of that type of content out there too, because I've only been doing like 1 or 2 of those a week lately with all the lives that I've been doing. So I want to try and get some of that back out there.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
how's things looking with your channel?
Oh man, I've been really busy. I'm creating a lot of content. I like to do that. I enjoy making videos, but let's see here. I'm trying to think. Monday, I have an interview with John, who was on tonight, Champion Within. I've got it's going to be a recorded interview. We'll put that out. I don't know, probably Tuesday, Wednesday for hit that. But I'm doing it Monday night. Tuesday, I'm going to be on the cookout. So that'll be fun to do that. And then, of course, Thursday, we've got the low carb football party, and we already know one of our guests for the week, so it'll be nice to have her on the show. We'll have to figure out what kind of topic we're going to have, but it'll be nice to have her in here. And also, let's see what else. I got some interviews the next week. On Monday, that following week, I have an interview, recorded one. Otherwise, just content. And I've already been setting up interviews down the road with other people who've been asking me to come on their show. So, yeah, a lot going on for sure. So I see we got somebody from Australia. Yeah. You're looking at, they must have been Larry's channel.
Oh, yeah. Charmed Mom. Hey. Yeah, Larry was on with us earlier, and he had to drop. But I think he left it up on his channel. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. Yeah, life is busy right now, I must say, between taking care of my mom, putting content out, doing interviews, and just, trying to get, in North Iowa here, we're kind of got to start getting things outside ready for winter. So there's yard work to do and leaves to clean up and just a lot of different things to do before the winter comes. So, yeah, American football is a little bit different than rugby. Rugby's fun, though. I enjoy that. That's fun to watch. There's a lot of tough guys that play that for sure.
Yeah, there was somebody, was it last year, that was on an NFL roster that had been a professional rugby player before that, and they switched to football, and they were on somebody's roster last year in the NFL.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. There's been a few of those over the years. Really.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. The Lions just got a first down. I think they can just run out the clock.
Yep, 34-20 with 58 seconds left. So, and they're just, like you said, running out the clock.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm going to give a little plug to college here for Saturday.
Yeah.
Toledo, University of Toledo. It's their homecoming game this Saturday.
Nice.
They're playing Northern Illinois. They're going to be on ESPNU at 3:30 p.m. So check it out.
Oh, okay. Good deal. So, yep.
There it is. First Lions head coach to win 4 straight games versus the Packers since Monty Clark, 1982 to 83. Wow.
Oh. And they beat him at home too. Like Green Bay was at home, which is usually pretty hard to win there. So,
well, that was like last year. They won the last regular season game of the year to knock Aaron Rodgers and the Packers out of the playoffs. Remember that? Keep them from getting a playoff spot. And Aaron Rodgers' last game with the Packers at home and lost to the Lions, and now they win this game. So
yeah, I remember that. Definitely,
it's crazy. It's actually somewhat of fun times here right now for the Lions. I just hope that we're not being teased here, right? I hope that it's real. So
yeah, I think it is real. They just got to stay healthy. They're looking good. I mean, they're definitely the best team in the North for sure. And it'll be interesting to see how they stack up against some of the other competition that they play against here coming up. And they already beat Kansas City. So, that's...
it was without Kelsey, but yes, they did beat Kansas City.
Yeah, Kelsey hasn't done much so far, but I don't know how many games he's played. Has he been in 2? And I know he was in the game the other night because Taylor Swift was in the crowd and everybody was going nuts about that.
Yeah, right.
I'm still seeing memes on that, and I just kind of laugh.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I think Kelsey played in their second game too, but Mahomes didn't do very well in that game. But then last Sunday in their third game, I think Mahomes did really well. I'm not sure how Kelsey did, but so I think they're 2-1 now, the Chiefs. So I think that's been their only loss.
Yeah. That should be another good weekend of football, though, between all the college games and the pro games, and now we have, of course, we have Monday night too. It's almost, there's a lot of nights of football that you can watch, to be honest, this time of year. So
yeah, there is.
But
All right. Well, we're at the end of the game. I haven't seen any new questions coming in, so I think we're good there. So, Greg, I think we're gonna call it an evening here, and again, we'll be back here next Thursday. We know for sure we've got one guest lined up already. We'll probably have multiple guests again, like we've been doing the last couple of weeks. And oh, somebody just asked, where's our friend Russ? So Russ was on for a little bit. He was on for about an hour, I think, with us. And he dropped like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago.
yep.
So,
And then Charmed Mom was also just wanted to say pop in and say hi and stuff. So thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
That goes for anybody else that's been on tonight. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with us and just hanging out and talking low carb diets and watching football a little bit. And we appreciate you.
Yep. All right. So remember, next Thursday, we'll be back here 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central Time for the next Thursday night football game. We'll have a new low carb topic. So I don't know yet what we're going to pick, but I think, Greg, you're going to host next week. So we'll probably let you pick the topic and so forth, and we'll go from there. We'll see you all next week.
Thank you, everyone.